Landon, welcome to the cave. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Listeners, the viewers that tune into this interview, they can see you on Secrets of Sulphur Springs. As I mentioned, season 3 just premiered recently. 3 seasons in, how does it feel to be part of this world, this ride so far?
It's definitely crazy. And with the show coming out, I feel like this season is definitely taking a notch up from the horror, not horror, but scary aspect. And I feel like viewers are really coming in this season, and I feel like it's probably one of our best seasons yet. And I'm so excited to show everybody. I'm super happy and so excited.
We're gonna jump more into this current season in a few minutes, but I was doing some research on you. I want to get to know more about you. You started acting at a young age, right?
Yeah, 6 years old.
Wow. What made you get into it? Were you like, was there something you were watching on TV or a film and you were like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do?
So it started off on one of my friends and his family. They were like all doing acting commercials and stuff like that. And I saw them. And when I was 6, I first thought of I thought of not, I thought of skipping school. That was my first thought of it. But so that's how I actually got into it. But I tried it out and I actually realized that I actually liked acting, like more than just school. I liked everything about it. So 7 years later, here I am. I'm still here, and I'm super excited to be on this journey.
Wow. Speaking of this journey, what's your ultimate goal one day? What are you hoping you get out of this?
Definitely to write or be in a horror movie. That's my number one goal. Anything horror is my number one goal. So I'm really fingers crossed for that because I really want to maybe like write something or like become, like just do horror movies one day. Or I mean, if I can get casted in one, like, you know, earlier on, then that would be awesome.
Would you say that's your dream role, or do you have like a dream role also?
Oh, I would say that's my dream role. Yeah, horror movie.
It's amazing. Liam, what are you binging these days? What are you enjoying watching? I was told to ask you this question.
Well, I don't really binge watch shows a lot, but I am into maybe Stranger Things and maybe Breaking Bad. I think Breaking Bad's my favorite show, so maybe those two shows. That's a weird combination of shows, but I like kind of maybe like sci-fi and mystery. So I like, and horror. I love watching horror stuff. So, the three of those, weird combination.
What's your favorite horror movie, or what are your
Oh,
favorites you've seen recently?
I think it is like a one of the on one of the top. But I do want to see the new Evil Dead Rise. It's coming out soon.
Mm.
That looks cool.
What about Scream 6? Did you watch the new one
I
yet?
did see Scream 6. I did, but that was the first Scream movie that I've seen ever. So I didn't really know what was
Wow,
going on. I thought it was pretty good.
amazing. So, maybe to know, is there somebody that you look up to the industry that you kind of model yourself after? Try to watch their work.
I would say Leonardo DiCaprio. I feel like he is in a lot of stuff. So I feel like there's like it's not really hard to find him in a role. And I do think he's a really good actor. So I do watch his stuff and he's a very good role model for me.
What's your favorite project from him?
I like The Revenant. Like that's one of the
Hmm.
only movies I've seen with him, The Revenant. It's pretty good.
Amazing. So yeah, let's jump right into Secrets of the Sulphur Springs. It just premiered recently on Disney Channel. I love how it's a little bit of everything. It's got the thriller, it's got the little like horror, not too much of that, but also time
Not too
travel.
much.
Who doesn't like time travel?
I don't know. I love time travel.
Uh, So how do you explain the show to viewers that tune in, like your people that want to watch this for the first time?
So a family from Chicago moves in to a town called Sulphur Springs, and they move into an abandoned hotel that our dad used to be in summer camp in. And when Griffin, one of the main character, goes to school, he finds this new girl named Harper, and she finds out that he lives in the Tremont and tells him that it's supposedly haunted by a ghost named Savannah. And they go on so many adventures, and crazy things happen. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but just a
Right.
bunch of things happen.
So we see you as Wyatt. How did you prepare for such a role? Like how go give us the process of your audition for this role.
So I first turned in a self tape, and I got
Okay.
called back into the room, and I did my callback. And then when I was in the parking lot, actually in the Disney Channel building, they called me back up to
Mm.
do and read with some people. And I read with a lot of Zoe's, which is my twin. And then we finally got the whole family together for one last, call in. And I mean, we didn't know, but we felt it. And, a couple days later, I found out.
What drew you to this role? How do you prepare to play him?
I feel like I'm very relatable to Wyatt, so it's not really
Mhm.
hard to plan. Like I feel like we have so many things in common, so I don't really have to prepare for him. But I feel so comfortable playing the role because I feel like he's basically me.
Okay. So you found that pretty easy, just diving right into it.
Yeah, yeah. There's no preparing. It's
Mhm.
just I just snap right in.
What do you love about Wyatt?
I like his funny aspect. I feel like he's the comic relief of the show, and especially with his twin Zoe, I feel like them two together is just a comedic duo. So I feel like that might be one of the best aspects about him.
Mm. You mentioned, he's kind of similar to you. Like, is there like a challenge connected with this character once in a while in different scenes?
I don't actually think there is.
Mm,
No, I don't think so.
it's amazing. How would you describe Wyatt's journey now from season one now heading into season three? How much has he grown and changed?
In season three, a lot has changed. I'm not going to spoil anything, but a lot has changed. Some things change each season, but I think season three has had the biggest change for Wyatt.
Mm. What's been your favorite season so far? I know like everybody says it's always the next season, but would you say season three is your favorite now?
I think definitely season three is my favorite because I feel like, as I said, we notched up the scary aspect. Not too scary, but
Mm.
the little viewers can still watch, and there is so much more mystery involved with it, and crazy things happen. And like, I mean, it's jam packed with a bunch of stuff. So I feel like this is definitely our best season yet.
Mm. What's your favorite moment so far in the series, you think?
Can I spoil anything?
That's up to you.
Okay, I will say I'm going to go to season one and go to the scene where Wyatt and Zoe find the mirror and it starts talking to them.
Mm.
It goes foggy and it starts saying words. So I feel like that's a pretty cool scene.
For a series like this and a show like this, when you read the script, what goes through your mind when you see certain things happening while you're reading?
I always read the script with my best friend Maddie, and we always talk about it after we read it together. And I mean, so many things happen. It's so fun reading the scripts. Like the second I get them, I read them.
Mm.
And then, we talk about it after. And it's always so fun when we do that because it's so entertaining to read them.
Mm. What can you tease about your character going into this season without spoiling things?
He goes on adventures. He goes on a lot of adventures
Mm.
to certain places. That's all I can say.
Mm. This show, a lot of like, I'm a dad, so my kids watch this show and everything too. So like there's days
Um,
where I sit down and I watch this with them. Like, what kind of like theme or message do you hope like the younger crowd or even like parents get from watching this show?
Adventures out there. Be an adventure seeker. I love adventure, and I feel like our show revolves around a lot of adventure. So definitely adventure.
Mm. Now, working with the cast, who's your favorite cast member?
Definitely. I mean, I don't have favorites, but my actually Zoe is my best friend, Madeline McGraw. So, I mean, Offset. We have such a chemistry together, and Offset. We always hang out. Like when we go home from filming, we would either go in the pool. We live in the same apartment complex, so we would go in the pool. We would eat dinner every night. We would do everything together. So she was definitely my best friend, Offset. But I do not have a favorite. But she was definitely the person who I hung out the most with.
Right. Well, she plays your twin on the show. Do you guys ever like run ideas by each other how to play a close twins?
Nope, I feel like it kind of just clicked. Like in the
Mm.
audition building, we ran together and I mean, it just felt right. So we don't really, plan it out. We just go on set and it's just normal.
Mm. How many episodes are we expecting this season?
Eight. We have eight
Yeah.
episodes this season.
So any word yet on another season?
No, I hope so, but I mean, not yet. I'm hoping so. Fingers
Yeah.
crossed.
What's the process usually if you get picked up right away? Do they give you a few months to get ready, or do you guys jump right in?
Yeah, so we get picked up, and then a couple months later, we would fly out and then film for maybe 2.5 months, and then come back, and we have to wait a couple more months for the season to drop, and then it starts all over again.
Amazing, amazing. As an actor, what are you hoping for the audience remembers the most about this performance in the series for you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe Maybe family.
Mm,
I think family might be one of the best because we are such a big family and we always stick together through the path. So, like, I mean, offset, we are all together still. So we kind of like really, I mean, we're all friends offset. We're all actual family offset. There's my second family. So definitely family from that.
amazing, amazing. Landon, what's next for you now? Any other projects that you're allowed to tell us about that you're coming out or about to go work on?
I don't have anything right now, but when I do, you guys will be the first to know.
All right. Speaking of that, now, how can the viewers and listeners find you on social media to keep up with you with everything?
I'm on Instagram. My socials are the Landon Gordon. And, thank you. I mean, Instagram, TikTok, everything.
Mm. Landon, I want to thank you today for giving me a few minutes. This was great. Let's get you back on with hopefully a season 4.
Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.